Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Afro Scientific Spirituality. My name is Efe West, reaching you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time on this channel, you're highly welcome. This is a place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstition, the concept from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'm going to be talking about the characteristics of water and mostly water memory and why it is very, very important to have a personal direct contact with the sea or the river or deities or water deities. This topic is necessitated by the fact that about a week ago I did a practical demonstration of giving offerings to sea deities in the inner class of this channel, and so many things happened, especially when I was doing the offering. As you know, when you want to do sea offerings, you need to go to the sea, the beach side. Of course, there were people there, as usual. When they see me lighting incense, talking to the sea, many of them were thinking I was crazy, that this guy is cuckoo. How is he talking to a river, a non-living entity, and actually throwing food items and turning whiskey into the sea? They don't understand. Some thought I was a son of the devil. Many of them actually left when we started the process. As usual, when you go to the sea to do this kind of things, people normally run away, especially religious people. They see you as a very evil, satanic person. Then some of them are just plain curious. Some of them think that you are some savage, primitive, stupid African that is hell-bent on practicing what does not make sense, superstitious belief. So quite naturally, I get this reaction every time I go to the sea and people see me giving offerings to the sea. I see the looks on their face and I smile inwardly. It happened again. And when I did this video, some students saw the video. They think that it was just so easy. They don't understand. Today I want to explain the science of what I am doing, of what this practice means. This is a practice that is very, very scientific in nature. There is nothing superstitious about giving offering to the sea or river. Actually, it's a very, very powerful spiritual activity that needs to be done regularly. Because you need to understand one thing, that this whole world is created of water. Science are proving it over and over again. More than 70% of the earth is made of water. Everything living on this life is made of the water molecule, hydrogen. We are all walking hydrogen molecules. The human body, over 70% is water. We are all water living. Okay? Water is alive. The water in the sea, all water is alive. River water, sea water, pond water, every water molecule, everything in this earth living is alive. Everything that have hydrogen inside. Science are proving beyond reasonable doubt that water has memory. If you do a simple research about water memory, you will see countless books by countless researchers about water memory. These are modern science. These are not people that even practice African spirituality. These are formal scientists and regular people. They have come to discover that if you take water, a body of water, you put it in a container, you expose them to sand particles, to sand waves, different sand waves over a period of time. And then you freeze that water. Then you take a microscope and look at the frozen water molecules. You are going to discover that based on the sand waves that water have been exposed to, they have different shapes of different molecules. You will see that those waters that have been exposed to rock music, to very loud, unbalanced music, they're often shaped in a certain way. Water that have been exposed to frequency of soft music, peaceful music, love and blues, they're shaped in a very different way. A lot of experiments have been done on this very thing. You can see them on the screen. There is this particular Japanese scientists call them Dr. Masaru Emoto. He have done really, really extensive research on water memory. You really need to check out some of his works. It's not the only one that have done this. So many doctors in America, in the Western world, they have done experiments on water memory whereby they expose different water molecules to different sound waves, and they discover that water always takes the shape of the sound wave you expose it to. And they have even gone further to discover that all water have an average memory of 5 to 6 months. Meaning anything you do to the water, anything you put inside that water, even after you have kind of cleaned it out, the water still contains the energetic particles of that very thing that you have put inside for the average of 5 to 6 months. So it's an obvious scientific fact. This is not hocus pocus. It is clear that they have discovered that water have memory. Water is just like your hard drive you have in your computer. It records everything done to it. It records everything it's exposed to. Water you see is a memory bank. Think of it as a memory drive, as a flash drive, or as a USB drive. All body of water, no matter how tiny they are, even the ones in human body, we humans too, we are also walking water. We record everything. So water is a living thing. You need to see it like this. If you understand that all water are alive, fully alive, even the so-called dead water is still alive, then you will understand that the sea or the river that contains so many diverse forms of life forms inside is very, very much alive than even the one that you are drinking every day. Once you understand this, that the water is alive, then you will never look at the river or the sea the same way again. You never look at it the same way. I have not even gone to the spiritual part here too. I'm still talking about the physical properties of water. That scientifically we have come to discover that water has memory. That water is a flowing memory bank. Okay? And water does not forget. Everything you do to it, when you go inside, you swim, you take a piece, you poop inside, the water remembers everything you do. Water is very alive, very, very conscious. So if water is alive, then you will know quite natural that it has a spirit, it has an intelligence. So all water have an intelligence. So when you doing an offering to the water, you're giving things to the sea or to the river, you are actually communicating with that intelligence. Okay? You are actually trying to program that intelligence to work for you or to work in harmony with you. So that is what we do when we give offering to the sea or river. We are actually trying to bend or harmonize our wave, our dreams, our aims, our aspirations, or our intentions to be in harmony with that in the water, so that we can be able to get the water to work for us, to bring those things that we desire to manifestation as quickly as possible. Do you get it now? Now that you have understand what people do when they go to give offering to the sea or the river, you can understand that it's very, very important. This is a practice that have always been carried out in ancient Africa. People venerate the sea, people venerate the river. It is for this very principle, for the fact that water is life. And the ancient people have come to discover that all waters are alive, and they have a very powerful memory, and they have a very powerful consciousness that you can harmonize to work for you, to bring things and manifestations into your life. That is why people venerate sea deities a lot. When you come to Africa, so many people will even claim they are from the sea, they are from the river, they are from the water. This is a general, popular saying in Africa. You see 1 million practitioners, they will all claim they are from the water. It is this principle that they are unconsciously observing. They have come to discover that when they give offerings to the sea or to the river, things actually go in their favor. So, scientifically speaking, when you are giving these offerings to the sea, you are actually trying to change the molecules of the sea. You're trying to imprint your consciousness or your intentions into the water molecules in the sea so that they are going to resonate in harmony with you and thereby help you to broadcast that signal that you are trying to send to the universe to get or make contact with what you want, so that that very thing you want will manifest faster into your life. Okay, so it's not just an empty show when you carry offerings you give to the sea. You are actually doing a very, very powerful spiritual, metaphysical exercise that needs to be done. Okay, so you need to really understand what we are doing here. We are not just doing this for show. We are not just doing this because we don't know what we are doing. We are actually following a scientific principle. We are trying to program that water. We are trying to program the consciousness in that water. We are trying to rearrange the molecular structure of that sea or that river to work for us, to work in harmony with us. That's why you see the kind of things we put into the sea. You put good things, of course, good food, sweet things, honey, sugar, all the best things, apples, fruits, things that contain life, that contain love, that contain things that are the kind of good things you want in your life. That is the kind of things we put into the sea. Okay? So this is something you need to be doing regularly. It is very, very powerful. So many people have attested to this. In fact, it's a secret of many people that practice African spirituality. When you get close to them, they will tell you from time to time they go to the sea to put offerings. Some people have taken it to another level. People that are very wealthy, they will actually rent a boat. They don't even do it on the seashore. So you don't know what they are doing. You don't know their secret. When they want to give these offerings, there are people that actually rent a yacht or a boat. Then they go far from people. They go into the middle of the sea. Then they dump it. They do their offerings. Then they put a lot of items, a lot of very good things. You see people dumping $1,000 worth of offerings into the sea. They know what they are doing. They are not crazy. Okay, they are programming that sea. They are programming the consciousness of the sea to work for them, to work in harmony with them. There are people like that do this kind of offerings, that take ships and go deep into the sea. Then they dump a lot of things into the sea. Nobody sees them. And there you're going to get the deities closer to the deep deities that don't come to the shore. You're going to meet them there. So that is how this is done. They know what they are doing. They're actually programming the consciousness of the sea. Anybody can do it. Whether you're a good person, you are a bad person, you can actually program water. The scientific experiment have shown that when you expose water molecules to different sound waves, they actually take the shape of those sound waves and they resonate with those sound waves, and they maintain this memory, and by maintaining this memory they broadcast this memory into the universe. That is why people say that your thoughts controls you. Many spiritualists have said that you are also water. When you think you think very bad about yourself, you think very sad about yourself, you are actually crystallizing the water molecules in your body to work for you negatively. So it's not good to be depressed. It's not good to be thinking negative thoughts about yourself, okay? Because you're actually affecting your own water molecule structures inside you. It is not good. So you should know this principle, that it's a scientific principle. And I want you guys to take it very seriously. It is one of my secrets actually that I'm doing, but many people will not understand. I want you people, if you are living near the sea or near the river, you should consider that you are blessed, you are very, very lucky. So you should be taking advantage of this at least once a month. At least once a month, go make sure that you give some offering to the sea or to the river. The essence is to program the water molecules in that sea or river to work for you. That is the idea. You have to do this, except you don't want to take advantage of this. Okay, it's a scientific principle. The river does not reject, water does not reject anything you give, so it is going to accept it. It's going to restructure its own molecule to accommodate anything you put inside. This is what science have discovered. You can take water from so many sources. Anytime you mix them, water have the flexible and characteristic of adapting, of coming together and mix it up. It will mix up and it will change to something new. So when you begin to put your intentions into the water, from time to time you put your intentions, you go there. Most ancient times, what they normally do, they sing. You see a lot of singing by the river. They are actually using the sound wave to change the molecular structure of the water. That's why singing is important for people giving offering to the sea or the river. If you cannot sing, play good music by the sea or the river. Play music from your phone. It's also good too. Good music to actually affect the river is a scientific principle. When you say your intentions, you are offering prayers. There have been many experiments of people bringing water. They take the picture of the water molecule. Then after saying their prayers, they take another picture. They frame it. You will see that it's different. They have been able to use their prayer to change the water structure. That means that the intentions they are putting out to the universe actually makes a difference. When you pray, when you wish for things, you're actually trying to change or affect things. These are all scientific principles. They are not hocus pocus. Okay. You need to check this subject. Is very, very important. Very, very important and very, very powerful. Okay. So you go to the river, you get your offerings. You don't need to spend money on this. Buy a lot of fruits, a lot of natural items. Cut them into pieces, mix them up, you give to the water. As you are doing this, you as a spiritualist, you are even more powerful because you can actually target specific spirits in the water. Whether it's giving it to Oshun, Oya, Yemoja, these are African spirits that we have identified that are deities that naturally reside in the water. So when you actually give it to these deities, you are even making it much more powerful because you are not just doing it, you are giving it to a source, and what you are communicating to is going to respond and is going to appreciate it. So it's going to bring your manifestations to you faster. A lot of people have done this and they have been very successful with whatever they are doing. This is one of the major secrets of many people in African spirituality, both good and bad people. They also do this. You go to rivers sometimes, you see a lot of these fake pastors giving offering to the river or to the sea. They're also doing this to program the sea with their evil mind, their evil consciousness, so that the water or the sea will also work for them. Anybody can do this. Okay, it's just like a hard drive. You go there to install programs, and you install the program, so the program keeps running for you. Think of it that way. That when you give these offerings, you are actually installing a program and activating a program to be working for you 24 hours to be bringing the things that you want for you. So if you look at it this way, you will never want to skip or miss giving these offerings or making a direct contact with the ocean or the sea deities. Okay, so it's very important. This subject is very, very important. It's a very powerful science. There have been so many books on this. A lot of materials have been written on this subject. I want you to do your own research. Okay? Try to do your own research. You get to see that water is alive, and water have a very powerful memory, and water have consciousness, and water can be programmed. Every water can be programmed. They are all alive. Whether it's a cup of water or a large body of water as a sea or the river, it is programmable, and you should program it yourself. Other people are using it. You see why people live near the sea. People that know the value of this, they don't play with it. So if you are living in an island like me or close to the shore of a river, you are very, very lucky. You should start doing this as fast as possible. Okay? Don't waste time. Start giving offerings, programming the water body to work for you. Okay, we all need this, and we all need to be taking advantage of these active principles that we have in the universe to manifest a better world for ourselves. Okay, so this is about the science of water offering, and I want you guys to do your research on this. And I want you to start giving your water offerings as soon as possible. Don't waste time. Start doing it so that you can put your intentions into the river or the sea. You can start harmonizing and working with it as fast as possible to change your reality, to imprint your consciousness into this world. Okay? So we all have a collective responsibility to do this, to bring our own will into manifestation upon this planet. People that are oppressing us, they are doing this. They are pushing their white supremacy with this very scientific principle on the whole earth. You too need to push your own Africa spirituality into the earth as well to counteract whatever anybody is pushing against you. So this is part of the reason they are blocking our minds with religion, because they don't want us to be doing all these things. When we wake up from religion, we start connecting back to the planet, we start pushing our intentions back into the earth, back into the planet. It's game over for some kind of people. Those people that cannot physically even stand up to us in any way spiritually, they cannot even stand up to us. When you start pushing your own consciousness, you are going to blow them out of the water. Okay? So all of you that on this channel, you need to start doing this. It is very, very powerful. It is much needed. It's a very powerful scientific principle. And you need to start doing it as soon as possible so that you can change your reality, so that you can start playing your part and contribution to the social and spiritual development of this planet we call home. So this is what I have for you today. Please like and share this video. Questions and comments are always welcome as usual. Subscribe to my channel, support my channel. I thank you for donating to me, people that are donating. I still need more donations as well. We need to spread this message to much people as much as possible. And I thank you all for supporting me. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. Take care and bye. Peace.